As you know, I think I have discussed this in one of my videos. I use Evernote a lot. I have been using Evernote since 2013 now. I'm a big fan of the application, and I'm a premium member of Evernote. And it is the first application that I open when I start my day. It is my digital brain. It is my digital workplace. It is my digital office. It is my digital drawer or whatever. So in this video, I want to talk about how I have organized my Evernote account. And if you use these points, it might help you organize your life as well and go 100% paperless. So there are 7 points that I wanted to cover. So the first point is I use notebooks inside Evernote. Earlier, I used to have all my notes in just the inbox, and I used different types of tags to identify one note from the other. But then I realized that there is a better way of managing my notes in my Evernote account. I want to give you an analogy here. Let's say you go into a mall and you walk into a mega bookstore. It's a huge bookstore. Let's say Kinokuniya in Dubai. That's the name of the store. You walk into this bookstore. What do you see there? You see books. You see different sections. And assume that a book is like a notebook. So for example, you pick up a fiction book. That book, consider that as a notebook in Evernote. Every page in that book, consider that as one particular note in Evernote. So the book is the notebook and the page is the note in Evernote. And consider that the place, the section where that novel is kept, consider that as a stack. So that is what Evernote has done. Evernote allows us to use notebooks, tags, and stacks. So the first thing I do is I am using notebooks to keep my notes in specific notebooks. Each note goes into a specific notebook that I have already created. This helps me keep track of my notes properly, because the way the human brain is designed, we like to bifurcate things, keep a particular thing to the place where it belongs. So that is the way I think. So it reduces the search time. I know exactly where one note is. I know the exact notebook where I have kept it. So first is I use notebooks. Second is I use stacks. I have one stack for myself, one stack for my business, one stack for my mother, one stack for my father, one for my sister. Under each stack, there are different types of notebooks. So for example, I have one notebook which says it has bank related details. I have another notebook which has, say, my medical reports, or another notebook which has my certificates or letters or whatever. And all of these notes come under one stack, which is my name, correct? So I use notebooks, I use tags. Number 3, I use tags as well, TAGS, tags. See, different stacks can have different types of notebooks, but all of these notes can have a common tag. So for example, my father's bank accounts and my bank accounts, these are in different stacks and different notebooks, but we can tag it with the word bank because it's a bank account. So a tag can be placed to notes which can be in any notebook or any stack. So that helps me identify, okay, this is something related to banks. So I use tagging a lot. By the way, a premium account allows you to use 100,000 tags. You don't need that many tags, but look at the features that they are giving you. 100,000 tags which we can use, and 1,000 notebooks we can use. We hardly need more than 50 notebooks. It's more than enough for any Evernote user. So I use notebooks, stacks, and tags. Those are the first 3 points. Number 4, I use a calendar note. I have prepared a note which has got the monthly calendar of a particular year. And I look at that calendar note every day. Remember, it's a note, it's not a notebook. I look at that note and I can see, instead of using a Google Calendar or a Mac calendar, I have prepared this note and I can write my stuff there, which I cannot do in a normal calendar. I can write some notes there, put some pictures if I want to, if I need them for a particular day. So that way I use the calendar note. It makes my life simple. Number 5, I use the scratch pad. See, you don't need to create a note for anything and everything. If I want to do something in a particular day, and if I feel that I might forget it, so there is, on the home page of Evernote application, there is this thing called a scratch pad where I can just jot down that point. I don't need to create a separate note for it. So I use that feature. I use that scratch pad a lot. Number 6, I use the search feature, not intensely, but sometimes, now that I have more than 500 notes in my Evernote account, sometimes I feel like using the search feature. By the way, search feature is a very powerful feature in Evernote. If you have done your stacking, notebooking, and tagging properly, within seconds you can find your note, irrespective of whether you have thousands of notes in Evernote or not. So I use the search feature as well. You can press Command J or Control J and it gives you that bar, and you just type your keywords and the note will just pop up. It's a fantastic feature Evernote has added. Number 7, I'm using Evernote on my Mac and on my mobile phone. So if I have an idea and I want to quickly record it, my mobile phone helps me do that. And if I want to strategize and if I want to think and jot down some points, my MacBook allows me to do that. Both ways I'm using the Evernote application. By the way, this is the only application that I have on my Mac. I don't have any other application. Everything else I do it on browser. Everything else can be done on a web browser. Evernote is the only application which I've actually downloaded, right? So it's that important in my life. So these were the 7 points I wanted to discuss with you in terms of how I have managed to organize my Evernote account. So number 1, I use notebooks. Number 2, I use stacks. Number 3, I use tags. Number 4, I use a calendar note. Number 5, I use the scratch pad. Number 6, I use the search feature a lot. And number 7, I use Evernote on my Mac and on my mobile phone. Thank you so much.